title, Pancake Messiah.
My name is Daisy Faye, and I'm a somatic educator.
My name is Scott Mills, and I'm a love propagator.
I am Carlin, and I'm a mountain monkey.
Silver Techno God, I guess. I don't know.
I am on a journey. I'm a wanderer, I guess.
Sister and daughter and friend and pet owner
And philosopher extraordinaire.
Lifestyle expert.
Cocktail aficionado.
Being of love, really. I mean, I'm with Earth Ninja Leather. I mean, my title is like a leather guy, whatever.
Brave dad. Brave mom.
Dr. Chef Daddy.
What is wrong with you? Why are you like this?
What needs to happen? Let's see. We need to figure out how to stop overpopulation.
I guess acceptance, really.
People need to be willing to give up a few things, a few comforts in order for that to happen.
Accepting that, like, we all come from a different spot, and and we're all here living on the planet together. So we might as well accept that everyone comes from a different place, and we help each other out.
We need to go from an economy-based system to a resource-based system. So we just need to become more efficient. We need to do things more efficiently in order to produce enough for ourselves. We need to produce for ourselves as
well. What's that shit called? The income fucking...
Basic income, 100%. And I think it's coming.
I was going to say that you need to address inequality within nations, but...
Redistribution of wealth.
What's one thing that needs to happen? More love.
I mean, so few people have so much wealth, and so many people have nothing. So like, it just needs to be redistributed.
You gotta help people learn how to provide for themselves, and you have to share and give a shit about your neighbors. Give a shit about your fellow human beings.
Plus, legalize all the drugs, because then we wouldn't have all these people fucking cruising around all the little streets being like, yo, I need drugs. We could just, treat them like normal human beings instead of like scum of society.
Yeah, inheritance tax. Big fan of that.
Quit giving so much of a shit about money and more of a shit about each other.
We are all beings here trying to co-create this existence that we're living in, and the reality of it is like, if we all accept each other for who we are and accept that other people like live in poverty or don't, it's like, when you really accept yourself, then you're free to help other people.
That's a good question.
Favorite color is a texture.
Is hot texture.
Plaid or rainbow? Are those textures?
I guess kind of a temperature.
Fur, faux fur.
Sharp.
Fuzzy.
This right here. I feel like this is a psych eval.
Maybe.
Rich, soft, and velvety.
A slightly firm, spongy outer layer, but firm, soft material. Purple.
Probably like glossy and smooth.
Yeah, I was thinking like moisturized skin for some reason. It's kind of creepy, but like same kind of thing. So.
What? No, I'm thinking like glassy texture.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. That was such a convoluted story.
It was.
No. Wait.
I'm gonna go with no, just because you're asking the question and now it's making me second guess what's going on.
But there was something with what Ringy was wearing or
No,
something.
the top kept spinning and that
The
meant
top.
that he's still dreaming or something.
The thing was still spinning, right? Because
Yeah.
what did they call it?
So I think that's a matter of perception, whether or not he's dreaming in the end.
I think it's super open to interpretation. It could be that way.
Life is but a dream. I'm gonna go with dreaming.
Yeah.
So it's inconclusive. From what I understand of it, it's very similar to the Matrix in the sense that it gets you to look at reality in a different way.
I want to watch that again sometime soon.
Okay.
It's been a while.
Right, and I think that's a good thing.
Like, are we perceiving things accurately?
Was
Do we...
Inception actually a dream? That
Or was it a documentary?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think it's dreaming.
What do you think?
Final answer.
Oh, it's like dancing like everyone's watching.
Something like that.
Rolling the dice.
That's your move? You're doing this all the time?
Bouncing.
Oh, yeah, yeah, that's good.
Pretty much just like this. The funky chicken.
Woo.
Is that kind of funky?
The one where you make everyone else do on the dance floor. Or
What? Or you just command attention?
everyone just follows you.
Oh yeah, cuckoo-ca-cha! Cuckoo-ca-cha!
Everyone does that?
Everyone does that.
Speaker humping.
The classic.
Yeah.
The classic.
Do you want to demonstrate?
No.
I could be the speaker.
Oh my god!
Really depends on the day, I would say. What's going on?
Oh, 0.
Maybe like 2.
Like 0.5? You're gonna average it out throughout the week?
0 times.
Probably twice. That festival dust gets right up there sometimes.
It does.
Oh, and the no-see-ums.
3 to 5 probably.
Probably like 0.5, maybe a little less.
12.
The white whale and old Abraham chasing the white whale.
Ahab, yeah.
Pursuit of happiness.
The quest for a good time. You gotta be careful. It'll get you.
It's a very worthy pursuit, but at the same time, if you go the wrong way, it could totally be your undoing.
It can be a very self-destructive path, and you know it's like the whole those who burn twice as bright burn half as long thing. You know, it's hard to keep up.
So hedonism.
Pure integration.
Is the hedonism that we're taking part in, could that be our undoing?
Basically looking at all aspects of myself and seeing, you know, how certain areas I put more concentration in developing than others, and, you know, there's always been this desire to push towards nourishing it and all of it so that it's integrated into a whole self.
I was gonna say, like, my addiction to information. I have a bit of addiction to information, I think.
I suppose as a musician, it would be like widespread success.
You abandon yourself for this obsession, right? Chasing this whale? Because otherwise you wouldn't keep chasing the whale.
Rather than focusing on just needing to continuously go to the next thing, the next thing, the next thing.
Yeah, it's kind of exhausting sometimes.
The offside rule in hockey.
No clue.
I don't know much about hockey.
It's all good.
So,
Oh my god.
You should know this.
Yeah.
I don't really know much about sports. I don't really play a lot of sports, but.
Well, when one person has the puck, another guy has the puck.
Oh, offside.
At the same time, that doesn't happen.
You can't pass a certain line without passing it off or something like that. I don't know.
The offside. That is when you shoot the puck in front of all the players on the other team, and then you run up and you have to actually pass the puck and take the puck with you in front of all of the other players. You can't just throw it across them.
I think it's something like yeah. So like you're not allowed to pass over so many lines in hockey. I think.
That's when you go over the red line quicker than the puck, and then you get a whistle.
This is hockey we're talking about here.
I'm trying to remember junior high.
A guy needs to be in the opposing over the blue line with the puck.
But soccer has offside too, and it's kind of the same thing, I think, but I'm just pulling that right out of my ass.
So you have to be over, if someone on your team is over the opposing blue line before the puck crosses it, then that person is offside.
When Q first brings Picard to the Borg.
Oh, I can't remember their names. The one where Picard, and they have to, Dalmar and Tamok, or something. Oh, there's a phrase, and I can't remember now because I'm so tired.
Darmok and Jalad at
Yes! That one, just because those phrases were stuck in my head for years.
Because I kind of figure the future of any species will eventually evolve to a machine race, and I think they're dope as shit, so...
The one where Jordy did the thing with his eye thing, because I really like the eye thing.
What thing with his eye thing?
Pick an episode, it doesn't really matter, he does one in every episode.
My first introduction to that, and like the collective hive mind, was like kind of the basis of which I hope humanity will grow to, but of course in a less assimilation or die kind of way.
I just like Picard.
You know what? I'm still trying to figure that out. I guess if somebody came to me with their elbow bent backwards, that might be my limit.
Poop is both gross and weird.
I have a really hard time with like drool and like spit. That's weird to me.
I feel like I'm tolerant, and it would be up to me. If something was weird or gross, I would have to take it by like each circumstance.
Well, I don't know. Sometimes like, things are always shifting and changing, and sometimes I find myself thinking something's totally okay that I didn't think was okay before.
It's all about context. Yeah.
You never know until you go.
If my patience runs out, then I can't tolerate it anymore, so that's where it runs out.
I would say consent is key.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get grossed out without consent.
Yeah.
I think for me, it comes down to like if it's intentionally trying to fuck with your head.
If someone's like really persistent with it,
If it's like naturally weird, it's okay.
Yeah.
or like that's all they do is like this one weird spectrum of things.
Yeah, but if somebody's like seriously trying to fuck with you and just be weird for the sake of being weird, then that's.
I've got 2 daughters, so
Fair
I'm protective. That's where a line goes.
Yeah.
When I feel it.
About Kelly?
Well, you're really cute.
I agree with that sentence. Yeah.
Your beard.
I like your beard. It looks really cool on you.
But I think isn't like the definition of cute like interesting but ugly to look at or something like that in the dictionary?
I don't know.
Your shirt.
Your shirt.
I don't think it wasn't used to describe term of fondness per se.
Really?
It's a little more recent.
Interesting.
I could be wrong.
You're dependable, reliable, and fun to talk to.
About you? See, your presence, your smile. I love the way that you smile well. Yeah, totally. Like the fact that you're like your own being and you're like ready to interact like at face value. There's no judgment when I talk to you. Like that's what comes down to that. The best about you? Yeah, that's awesome.
The fact that you're taking the time to do this lovely art project.
Be excellent to each other.
Oh man, I don't even like guitar.
Voice gets more high pitched, like, and then it's just kind of squeaking and it's inaudible.
Do fucking math, man. 2 + 2 is 4. That's what I got.
Can I go?
Integration.
1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 13 Pythagoras.
I guess Pythagorean theorem.
That was totally Pythagorean theorem.
3.14 blah 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 blah.
Trigonometry?
It is totally different thing.
That's pi.
I know.
Well, I always like to, the number pi. It's an important mathematical number, but not a lot of people know exactly what pi means.
Like bed mass?
Bed mass.
Is that a mathematical concept?
That is, yeah.
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 And pi, I believe, is the ratio from the radius of a circle to the circumference of a circle. So it's the distance of any point at the outside of a circle to the middle. You take that radius distance and you multiply by 3.14, repeat, and you get now the circumference, which is the distance around the circle. So that's what the ratio of 3.14 pi means.
Trigonometry, if used even with land-based simple equipment, can allow you to judge the circumference of the Earth.
To determine how big any circle is.
In order to find it, you would need to find how the sun makes a shadow from a stick onto the ground.
Or dimensions of a cone. Yeah, so it's that ratio that, it changes for what size of circle it is.
I know that in that experiment, that gentleman had to get the distance from one staff to a well in the ground and have it paced out so he knew the exact difference in paces.
Right, so if you wanted to know what the area underneath the curve is, usually that concept is called integration. So you integrate the line that finds you the area underneath the curve.
Alright, well you've got division, and I don't know if you knew this, but the division sign is actually just a pictogram of a fraction with dots representing the two numbers. And division is just fractions.
So it's brackets, equations, or exponents?
Brackets, exponents, multiplication. Division.
Multiplication, addition, subtraction.
Yeah.
And basically it's just an estimation. Once you have the curve, you can just draw little triangles or little rectangles underneath it, and it's a lot easier to find the area of a triangle or than a shape.
Figure out how to distribute things amongst larger groups than just an individual.
It's the order of...
It's the order of how you figure out complicated, weird math things that have brackets and shit.
There's a long-form mathematical equation. That's the order in which you solve each portion of the equation to find the answer.
And when you divide it up small enough, then the error is so little that it basically goes to the answer.
Graduating.
Oh, jeez. I'm still going to be doing the same thing. I'm a slave to what I do. Ball and chain where I work. Family business.
Because you want to be or because you have to be?
A bit of both.
In 5 years, really, I see myself like in front of the camera. I'm seeing myself in front of all the people.
If I keep throwing my money in Rainbow Fiddle, probably homeless, but...
You better hope for that basic income then.
Exactly.
1.5.
smoke.
Scuba diving off the coast of Spain, looking for pirate ships and sunken treasures.
I work for like a self-employed person, so hopefully our business will grow more, and then I'll become a senior associate at that point.
Not just like the people that because I want to interact with everyone and like, you know, to communicate with you right here in the moment, but I also feel like I have a lot to share and I want to share it with everybody. So it's time to like actually get out there and start doing it. Like I do a lot of talk, but it's time to actually do some action.
I don't know. I think I'll be doing the same thing, just bigger shows, more of them. Hopefully getting paid more.
45.
Yep.
I don't know, a lot happier, a lot more relaxed, and that's it.
5 years, I just hope I'm doing something employable that I enjoy, that I'm getting some satisfaction out of. Lawyer. Lawyer.
I could just go on about everything. I have so much to say. And it's time to stop saying it like right here, right now, and it's time to start saying it to everybody. So I see myself like as a public figure.
I don't know, I can't fucking see the future.
Nothing. I'm a taker.
Sarcasm. And medical care. But that's free. The sarcasm. That's just an added bonus.
I have to say sarcasm and just this right here. That's why I got groupies.
He does have groupies. I'm not one of them, but he has groupies.
On the night that Patty Murphy died was a night I'll never forget. Some of the boys got a loaded drunk and they ain't been sober yet.
Does techno count?
As long as a bottle was passed around, every man was feeling gay. And I said something, I don't remember the words.
Beatbox a techno groove.
Oh, the year was 1778. How I wish I was in Sherbrooke now.
Drink it down, 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 down,
Yeah,
down,
exactly.
down, down, down.
A litter of marks came from the hill, from the scummiest vessel I'd ever seen. Goddamn them all. I was told I greased the seas for American gold. We fired no guns, shed no tears. I'm a broken man on a Halifax pier.
Oh, I can like make up a pirate shanty or something.
I'm an East Coast boy, so.
I can't actually. I lied. That's not on the spot, man.
Do you have a Ukrainian one?
Have you ever been to an American wedding? Where's the vodka? Where's pickled herring?
Oh, I can't think of that right now. Shit.
Who has got the supply that's gonna last 3 days?
I don't know the lyrics well enough to sing
Something,
it.
something wenches in me.
I forget the rest of the words, but that goes something like that.
Well, you know what?
I don't do the drinking song thing either,
I used
to
to
be
listen to
honest.
this Icelandic folk metal band,
Mhm.
and they had a drinking song called Beer Beer, and I can't remember how it went, but it said Beer Beer a lot.
I like to drink beer. The beer is here, it's in my ear.
Last weekend.
Well, my grandparents are both dead. I visit their grave once a year.
I visited my grandma just before the festival season started. No, halfway through, like maybe in May or June. Yeah, she's my last living relative.
But my oldest living relative is my uncle, and I saw him a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, you saw that.
I don't even know which one's the oldest. So. Yeah,
You're in China? Like 3 years ago?
yeah, okay, probably China. When I was there like 3 years ago. It's pretty ancient.
I visited her like this year, recently. Yeah. Why do you ask?
Her.
You.
This.
I don't know. Touched a lot of weird things.
Touched a lot of weird things.
Wow, there's lots of different
things that I touched that felt kind of weird or surreal.
My definition of weirdness is so skewed after this many years of working the festivals.
Okay, so there's this type of parasitic worm that lives in lakes in Alberta and elsewhere.
I don't know what tops it though.
But it's like not a little one that infects humans, it's like this long.
I'm blanking.
And it's like as thick as just like a string. It's called a horsehair worm.
I guess one that sticks out is one recently where it was just like Mishka when she passed away, Tiff's dog, and she was like passed away, and it was just kind of weird touching her because it was like not Mishka anymore.
Like I've touched someone's like glottis, but I don't know, that's not weird.
And it makes it go crazy as it starts to grow inside of it. It makes the grasshopper so like thirsty that it needs water desperately, and it jumps into water and then it drowns and the worm pops out of it. And
most people would be like, what's a glottis? Like exactly.
Because I was teaching environmental education and the kid would be like, what's this? I'd like pick it up so they could see that it was alive because it would swirl. Yeah.
What?
I don't know
It wouldn't be secret if I told you.
I was mildly obsessed with Tattoo's record when I was in high school.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Boyz II Men.
Blink 182.
Kylie Minogue.
I secretly love Christina Aguilera.
I love Lana Del Rey. I can just like sit in the bathtub and listen to her sad songs all day long.
When I lay down on the couch vertically and play video games, I put a bowl on my tits and spit sunflower seed shells into the bowl so that I can still use my hands to play video games.
Singing to the trees? I wouldn't do that in front of anyone. I get a lot of pleasure from it.
You lay down vertically, isn't that just standing up?
Well, like horizontally, fuck!
Buddy system?
Well, it's the same thing I do every festival all the time, is I keep well hydrated and I eat healthy food.
Finding more enjoyment and control.
Yeah, like the most important thing, I'm always out there with fruit with me, and I hand it to people that I see, or I always have extra water. I bring 2 bottles with me, one for me and one for everyone else. So it's like, yeah, stay hydrated and eat healthy food.
Once you get it out of your system, so to speak, you find a respect for it, and that it's better in a controlling environment, and you don't have to be at the whim of the party.
I sure did. And I ate it back.
Slipknot.
Slipknot.
So that's a slip knot. So you can move it up and down, and then it only gets tighter at the end.
Is this a slip knot? Could be. That looks like a knot to me.
So I had too big for that. It's alright, it's adjustable.
Probably just gonna do the knot that I use to restrain people.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so you go around like a hitch, like you do with your shoelaces, but you go one more time around.
What?
Bam, you have a figure 8 knot.
Which is a clove hitch. Basically, when you take your rope, palm your hands, twist inwards, connect, and then that's where your hand goes. I also use this for triangular bandages, just for extra support.
And then you create a reef knot, and it can move like that, and that's how you know you've created a reef knot.
And so then this opposite end, of course, gets tied to the stretcher. Doesn't matter what she does and where she pulls away, it does nothing but get tighter.
Slip. You pull on it, it slips out. That's why it's called a slip knot.
It looked like to me like you had to undo it.
What is love?
Baby, don't hurt.
Love is love, man.
Feeling.
It's powerful.
Belonging.
It's inspiring.
Mutual respect.
It's supportive. It's trusting.
Self-care.
It should be fucking fun.
Trust.
Connection.
Oh. 7.
It can be scary too.
Like, I always often ask myself, if I'm having an issue, like, what would love do? And love would always be accepting. Love would always have compassion. Love would always be open.
It's amazing, really. It's brilliant. Being in love is so fun.
Divine compassion?
Probably some goldfish crackers.
Love is Gozer.
Yeah.
What's a Firefly?
I've never seen it.
I
What
haven't
is
watched
that?
it.
I've never seen it.
Firefly. Never watched it.
Never seen it?
No, I've never even heard of it.
Oh, is it the Space Cowboy one?
Yeah,
Is that
that's
the,
what-
oh, I watched an episode.
I've been told I should watch it.
I don't want to watch it because I'm like, oh man, there's an awesome season. Now it's over. What am I gonna do with my life?
It's like, what's going on? Like, space hookers? Like, what?
We'll find a lost in old country.
Oh my god, you're killing me.
Australia's not real.
Coffee is a #1 export in Burundi.
There's a lot of hairdressers from Albania.
Well, I'm about to go to Morocco.
Bhutan has the highest happiness rating in the world, and you have to apply to visit, and they only accept 1,000 visitors a year, and they only got TV in like 2001 or 1999 or something, and they're just really happy, and it's a kingdom, and they're stoked.
It doesn't have an external currency.
If there's ink blots coming out next, I'm out.
You can't take currency in or out of the country.
I would say totally not even true, but the first thing that comes to mind is Kazakhstan is the biggest importer of potassium.
Bye.
Good old Borat.
What?
All hope is lost, Josie.
And the staff's gonna float to shore somewhere.
What would I carve in it?
It was lit.
I draw a very large penis.
No, in all seriousness, it would be something like,
Oh, something as simple and beautiful as love.
screw you guys.
Yeah.
Draw a dick butt.
Because I guess it would be a way of saying goodbye to people too.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, that's your last little.
But maybe you'd be bitter and resentful because you're trapped out at sea.
Basically my last fuck you to the world.
I'd probably say screw you guys. Just 'cause,
Which
like,
is another way to say
it'd
goodbye.
be kind of funny if they just found that on a boat with a bunch of dead people.
I'd carve no fate.
Or a shipwreck.
Like in Terminator 2.
Ice flow, yes.
Right.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
Life's an adventure.
We'll be together soon.
That's like my first instinct was like, we're free. You're trapped, but you're free at the same time. You don't know where you're gonna end up.
My name?
I don't know, man. I'm real cheesy about it. I would carve in love yourself.
And another heart.
Davy plus Leon
And
equals
right forever.
love.
That would be the last message you would have
Yes.
You know, some kind of message of hope. You know, yeah. Love yourself.
Yeah, and nobody came to rescue
No,
you.
I almost died once on a sailing trip. Well, we
Mhm.
thought we were gonna die in Indonesia, and it was so turbulent. We were so fucking scared, and like the waves were coming up. I was saying goodbye to my family. Like that's
Okay.
what you do, you know?
Did you carve it into the boat?
Yeah.
Almost with my fingernails.
Oh man.
I don't know. Probably walk the other way.
I'd give him a hug, probably.
Ask for his Twitter password.
Sit him down and try and like find out what his motivation is. I'd want to know, what's your end goal? What are you trying to achieve while you're here?
Oh, move. Always. I think that you shouldn't be allowed to like call people for dinner. You should have to have a bell.
Move. Move.
Keep your shit off the ground. That you have to loudly bang.
My mom did that.
Yeah.
She got sick of yelling at us for dinner, so she just got a dinner bell.
Well,
She
that
thought it was like Pavlov's dogs, like we'd all start salivating.
the little puppy children coming home for supper.
Man.
Tick.
Pussy.
Tell that.
Key. Key.
Keys.
Key.
Key.
Steve! Baby.
Face.
Me.
Me.
You!
You.
Ouch.
Matt Damon.
I don't know if I have one.
Matt Damon. Anne Hathaway.
Nah, not really.
I don't know why.
Really?
I don't know why.
I have like a friend who like despises The Rock and like is like absolutely positive that he's like up to something, that he's just like too nice of a guy, that it's like a cover.
I like Charlie Sheen because he bangs 7-gram rocks and is flagrant about it. Who is my least favorite?
Yeah, well, there was that guy, like Christian guy on who was a Christian puppet show.
I'm just kidding.
Because like they caught him on online web chats talking about eating children and like molesting them and stuff like that, like just horrible like.
Probably Ben Stiller.
Oh, but the show that he was doing, it was like a Christian morning show with like puppets and stuff, and he was like the puppeteer.
He annoys me.
Like yeah, they found him with like a whole bunch of like transcripts and like stuff like how he would cook children and eat them and stuff like that.
Oh, that's one of those.
It's a burger sandwich.
I would say no, because it's never been classified as a sandwich, and plus,
I'm gonna say no.
I would say no, because it's more like on a submarine bun than a sandwich bread.
I'd say no because any kind of like smoky or hot dog or bread that I eat, I just stick it straight on the thing, put like a bunch of mustard right on it, and eat it right off the stick without a bun.
No.
Explain.
No.
Yes, it's a sandwich because there's like bilateral layers of bread.
Yes, because it's between bread and it contains substance.
That would make sense. And I'd be wrong to disagree with my wife.
Good answer.
But actually, I think I just contradicted myself in my own definition.
I guess it's complicated.
Right? I'm hungry. You bought stuff. You bought stuff for sandwiches. Let's go make them.
It's just cold.
The fact that it has to end.
My least favorite is that my windows rattle.
That's a cop-out answer.
No.
That is kind of a cop.
It's my least favorite thing.
And I wonder if they're gonna break.
My least favorite thing. I have a hard time hating anything out here. It's like,
Do you hate this?
getting my face smacked at FozzyFest by a salty wife.
Salty wives, that's definitely
Okay, that was 10 questions. Thank you.
You know what I've learned? Anytime Kelly says, hey, you want to do a thing? The answer is no. The answer is no.
I'm just kidding. But seriously. Next question.
What is
Put
your...
that on the internet. Like actually.
Yeah, I know.